There's so many things I can talk about Grace, and you can kind of see that I have two people on each sheet where Grace has her. I can't talk about Grace forever. She was the heart of this team. She is exactly the type of player I love to coach. Speed, quickness, desire, wanting to learn, positive attitude is just what I love in a player. Grace was our defensive specialist, and can tell you this, every time Grace went into the game, she made an impact. Was told by a few people I had a smile on my face when she was in the ball game, and perhaps that's true. Grace told me that, Coach, I want to score more points this year, just like all players do. But I told Grace, do you understand how many points you score for us every single game by the defense that you play? I don't mind just her steals, her defensive pressure, and all the attributes I mentioned earlier. I mean, Grace came into the game and gave us the intensity level as a team that we needed to win. That is what I mean about her being the heart of this team. We joked this year, I would set up the defense and told like Sid and Haley and Shelby and them, said, you know, just let Grace go out and do her Grace thing and you cover the other side. So Grace would be floating all over the place and the girls would pick up the other side. Shelby knew it better than anybody. You know, one of my favorite songs is Amazing Grace. How interesting this is. But it's taken on a different meaning. And girls, would you agree with me that some of her sounds were not so sweet? And I can tell you in practice, she made a wretch out of me that just couldn't be saved. I think you get the idea. Grace did something also this year that was very sacrilegious. And now, if you would, open up your text that I sent you, if you could. Okay, everybody got it? Now tell me, is that just wrong? That is just absolutely wrong. You don't put horns over touchdown Jesus. Just don't do that. It's very sacrilegious. And you know, the thing about it is, Grace had an accomplice. And that was Haley, you know, my angel. So, both of you will pay someday. Both of you will pay. You know, I came home from practice, from one of our first Saturday practices, and Janice and Katie were sitting on the, well actually they were in the kitchen, and Janice was working and Katie was talking. And Janice looked at me and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I've got this girl on my team, and she's going to drive me insane." And without hesitation, Katie said, "Is it Grace?" And I said, "Oh yeah." And then Katie said something that she goes, she said, "Dad, you're going to learn to love her." Grace, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm really going to miss you. Give me like warning. Each year I give away a saying that says, "Play like a champion today," which we all know is the greatest saying in sports history. And it's also a Notre Dame saying. Well, I knew if I gave that to Grace, it would be in ashes. And I don't mean at Kendall's or Whitney's. So I changed it this year, and so I'm giving her something that, you know, it rips my heart out to do this. But I'm giving her something in this year with the University of Michigan saying, "Those who stay will be champions." So our Defensive Player of the Year, Grace Floto.